Yo, 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 what is great in the state? It is the radio rock star, aka the radio rap star, aka your favorite DJ's favorite DJ, aka the fade runner, aka Mr. Damn. He does that too? In the building.
Oh man, I can't do that well. I'm just little old me. Just one half of the RWC Tag Team Champions. Just one half of the TCW Tag Team Champions. Just
Mhm.
one half of the most winningest tag team in all of UPWA history. I mean, that's just me. I don't need to do run down my stats. So we won't do that this time.
Winningest. Okay, that's an interesting word right there. Winningest.
Yeah, winningest. I made
Okay,
that up.
all right, I'm with it. I'm with it. And look, welcome to another edition of the Smash the Mat podcast. We are we are live on Facebook. We are live on YouTube, and we will be dropping this on all of our streaming platforms. So you already know how that goes down. There's a lot of things going down. There's going to be a very busy wrestling weekend,
Oh yeah.
and we've got big news. Well, we have big news, and then there's other big news. So let's just start with the big news story of the day. The big news story of the day is it has been announced that Cody Rhodes will not be re-signing with AEW, and he is going to be a I don't know if he's going to be a free agent or if he's just taking a break or what, but he posted this message on his Instagram page earlier today. So, you could take some time to read that. If you like, if not, just go to his Instagram page. But he pretty much was just saying thank you to everybody, and man, look, Cody Rhodes leaving
That's
AEW.
huge.
That's I knew there was a lot of people that weren't going to be re-signed, but I never thought that it would be Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, I mean, he's one of the originals. I mean, even though he doesn't like own the company, you kind
Yeah.
of associate him with that kind of leadership in the company, which I guess he really is. But he's just not somebody you would think like he's gonna leave or not be re-signed. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the writing was on the wall once the reports came out that he lost his executive vice president status. And I don't really. One thing I don't do, I don't buy into a lot of dirt sheets. So when I see stuff, I'll be like, I take it with a grain of salt. But this is major.
Yeah, and see that was new to me. I've been a little bit behind on my wrestling news, so I didn't know any of that was going on until I saw this report today. What exactly? I mean, how do you lose your vice president status? Like,
There's that. I don't know. I wish I could tell you, but I will say he's been doing a good job of building his brand with the shows on TNT. He's got the Go Big show,
yes,
the host on the Go Big show, and then he's got a reality show, Roads to the Top. So I mean, his daughter was just born. So maybe he's just taking a break. Maybe he's taking a break. Maybe he's still going to wrestle, but he's just going to wrestle sporadically at wherever he wants to be at. But he was integral. He's an integral part of the birth of AEW.
definitely. And as much as we want to see him wrestle, there's really no need if you're Cody Rhodes to jump into anything, immediately because, like you said, he does have so much other stuff going on. So,
The fans ran him away. They was y'all was booing him. Y'all was booing him on every show, man. Y'all hated. Y'all didn't want to see that man live. Y'all didn't want to see that man work, bro. Y'all didn't want to do that. So it's all to the good. So I mean, now the rumors are all over the place. They're like, he's going back to WWE. He's doing it. I
uh,
personally definitely don't believe that at all. That would be the only thing that would surprise me because I absolutely do not think that he's going to WWE. Now, what I was thinking, I thought that he was going to make a surprise appearance in the Royal Rumble just as a one-off, like and I'm out. But yeah,
I think he can make a surprise appearance at Mania.
I
We're in
mean,
WrestleMania season, and what I mean. If you're gonna, do something like that, you might as well do it on a big stage.
I just feel. I mean, yeah. To me, that's the whole point of AEW, though. You don't need the WrestleMania stage. You've got your stage. Like I could still see him now. I could still see him showing up at Ring of Honor Supercard, which is WrestleMania weekend.
True.
I could probably see him jumping on everybody's big show because everybody throws their every WrestleMania weekend. Every other promotion that's willing to travel will have a show during WrestleMania weekend. So I
Mm-hmm.
was surprised to see him at Ring of Honor Supercard because they're coming back. They're coming back. People are like, Ring of Honor's not coming. They're coming back April 1st, I believe. They're coming back, and they usually do their cards with New Japan. So whoever they got left, because a lot of their people done got signed to other places. So I can
That's
see
I
I
would
can
like
see
I would like to see that.
for one show and then another show and then another show and then another show. Because hey, he ain't signed. As long as you got that check, he'll show up.
uh, we need to put
Wait,
some
wait,
feelers out there for.
wait. That man ain't got no money. And I don't mean that disrespectfully. I don't mean Cody Rhodes doesn't have any money. What I mean is to
He doesn't have network money.
I don't think it exactly. I don't think any wrestler alive or dead has Sinclair Broadcasting money. That's what I mean. He's
Nah.
definitely paid, and he'll be straight for the rest of his life. But I don't think any wrestler, not John Cena, not Dave Bautista, maybe The Rock. I don't think any, but I don't Sinclair Broadcasting money. I don't see that at all.
Nah, no, not at all. Like you said, maybe The Rock. Eh. Didn't he do a whole deal with the XFL and buy it from
Yeah,
Vince or
he's
something like
supposed to
that?
be on
So
XFL, but I mean,
so he
who knows what that's worth?
yeah. Well, yeah.
Remember, I don't know if you ever seen the interview when Eric Bischoff was going to buy WCW. Before it was sold to the McMahons, Eric Bischoff made a bid to buy it. But the thing was, it came without the TV station and the TV deal. And he's like, I don't want it. Like that's the whole point. If I can't be on TV, why do I even?
Yeah, that was pointless.
Yeah, that was like 2000, whatever. Yeah,
That's exactly what you're paying for is the television deal and the media behind it.
yeah. So that and outside of that, as far as AEW, it's I don't know why people act like they're surprised when they hear stuff like this, but Tony Khan said on Twitter that I don't know if he said it on Twitter, but he said a lot of people aren't going to be re-signed with AEW.
Yep.
Oh my god!
Shocker.
You don't say. Really? Like, who really thought that he was going to be able to sustain the amount of people that he has? Who thought that? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I don't even think it's the fact that he has a vast amount of people on the roster. It's just the star power that he has on that roster. That is like a big, chunk of the budget, I'm sure.
Well, for me, it's not even that. For me, it's you only have 3 hours of cable television time. You've got 2 on Dynamite and 1 on Rampage, right? You've got if you're an AEW, and I've said this before, if you're an AEW original, every time somebody gets signed, you see your TV time going. You
Yep.
know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure there's a lot of guys that he signed when the company first started that probably never blossomed into whatever they thought it was going to happen. And it's just a natural progression. It happens. You know what I'm saying? So
And what you also have to keep in
there's gonna
mind
be
too,
huh?
what you also have to keep in mind too is when AEW started, originally it was around, I think it was around the beginning of the pandemic.
It was right before. It was 2019. It was like the fall of 2019.
Right. So Tony Khan kept a lot of people employed that were not on television, not doing
Actually,
anything during that time.
I think it was earlier in 2019. But yeah. But even then, everybody couldn't even work then because they were running empty shows out of Daly's place
Mm-hmm.
for a while, and that's when I believe that's when they was really like using a lot of indie wrestlers because certain people because there were no plane the planes weren't going nowhere. You know, you couldn't really fly anywhere like that. So that's how some people got on, and you know, it is what it is. Like I'm thankful that they exist. You
Me
know,
too. Definitely, definitely. It's an alternative, and to me, it's like a checks and balancing system for Vince McMahon. Before they had nowhere to go. You know, you're either WWE or you're really not going to be on television.
just gonna struggle on
You,
in.
yeah, you just go struggle on the indies. Now you got another outlet, and not only is it another outlet, but they got money. You know, they got money, so
Money.
they can compete.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, no, all that is fact. All
And
that.
I don't think the re-signings are a sign of any financial troubles. It's just smart business.
Exactly.
It's just smart business. But by all means, if he really wanted to, he could afford to keep everybody.
I mean, but then at that point, it's like at that point, he's going to be doing what people accuse Vince of doing, and that's just hoarding talent. And it's hoarding him for what?
Exactly.
You know.
Exactly.
So it's all good. So it is Elimination Chamber this Saturday. This Saturday in Saudi Arabia. Some people like to say it's the blood money shows. They, they look. I'm gonna just say this. Anybody can feel how they want to feel about it. I'm not mad. Like anybody that decides to wrestle on these shows, I ain't mad at. That extra money coming in.
Hey, but before we jump into the pay per view, do you want to talk about some local stuff?
Sure, let us do that.
Let's. We have some phenomenal local shows, specifically one that I'm quite looking forward to coming up this Saturday in Lumberton, North Carolina, at the King Arena. Bam! Look. Oh my gosh, is that me on the flyer? Do I have a belt? Look at me and Dave. Boy, we look amazing.
You excited?
I'm excited. We need to keep that in the system here, so we could just randomly flash that on the screen during throughout the show.
No, okay. So, so Mr. Magnificent is excited to be on a flyer. You know, it doesn't happen often for him. A lot. You know, most time he's on shows, they're like, they were like, "Yeah, you're on the show." Like, "Hey, I get a match. Yeah.
Well, sir, not only did I get a match, but I think it's one that we're going to win. Oh, look at that!
Oh man, now see, that's something worth talking about right there. Because
You
right,
and James Anthony versus me and Dave.
mm-hmm, this is chapter. I don't know what chapter this is with me and you, but
Now, I don't, I don't, I don't.
I'm gonna do you a favor because I know you've had like New Year's resolutions of like getting in shape and you know what I'm saying and hitting the gym and losing some weight. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna do you a favor and help you lose about 10 pounds this Saturday. You know, help you achieve those goals. So you don't break those resolutions early. You know what I'm saying?
Well, well, first of all, congratulations on being on the show. Congratulations on being in the
Congratulations.
ring with champions. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, we're gonna do what we do best. We're gonna go out there. We're gonna look good. We're gonna feel good. We're gonna have the best match of our lives. Unfortunately for you and James, y'all are not an actual tag team, meaning you guys don't tag team on a consistent basis. So you're not gonna gel like that. You're not gonna know each other inside and out like me and Dave do. So this is just a practice match for us.
Well, see, this the thing here is you actually are gonna have one of your best matches, because I'm in the ring and I'm gonna make you work. You gonna have to work. So I hope you started doing your jumping jacks and your squats and drinking your Slim Fast and all that other stuff. Whatever it takes, bro. Because you're gonna be working. You're gonna be.
Uh, I had a brief thought that we might have to put in a little work in this match, and then As soon as I realized I was dreaming, I woke up. And when I did, I was like, you know what, Dave? I called him. I said, Dave, I said, if you really want to, you don't even have to show up. I can handle this match myself. I mean, it's just you and all 3'2" of James Anthony.
Right.
But
Okay.
just to keep the appearance, and it is a tag team match, so he's going to show up. So it's okay.
I
It's
got you.
okay.
See, I almost would have believed you if it wasn't for the fact that last time we faced off one on one, you lost to
See,
me.
well, first of
Hmm.
all, we're talking about the past. That's
Oh,
that's not necessary. And one on one is definitely different from tag team. Uh,
oh,
we're, I'm going to continue and ignore that comment because that gentleman clearly doesn't know what he is speaking about.
well,
Um,
look, this is what we're gonna do. What I'm gonna do for you, Big Mike, because we gonna have to take a quick second and just
oh,
appreciate something that does look amazing. That right there, Jay Cargill. So hopefully that helps. You know what I'm saying? It's about to get worse right now, but
you know what? We don't agree on much on this whole wrestling thing, but I agree that that was a good thing to put up on the screen, and it was unexpected because from judging from previous weeks, I fully expected to see that right there. That's what I fully expected to
there we
see,
go.
but I didn't see that. We actually saw that one right there.
Okay, yeah,
So yeah, I mean,
obligatory Jay Cargill pick. Gotta have at
now
least 12 times per show.
aside from our match on the show, the whole show is actually stacked from top to bottom. You got some great matches on the card. One of which,
It's John Washington versus Mickey Folk.
that's right.
Yes, indeed. Now, I love John Washington because he just won't shut up. John Washington, he just will not stop talking, and he's used that effectively to win matches. And this is going to be his second match at Ring Wars Carolina, so I'm expecting him to pull the upset over the 2020 Candy Bowl winner and Mickey Folk.
Yeah, Mickey Fulp is no slouch in himself. I mean, I've been in the ring with him before. He's been, Mike, man. We're gonna keep the show. We're gonna keep it. We're
I'm
gonna
mad
keep
at
it rolling. We're not gonna
I'm
keep
mad
showing.
at him.
We're not gonna keep showing this shot all the whole show. We're
We
not
can't.
gonna do it, and we're not even gonna show this shot the entire show. We're not gonna do that, Mike. We're gonna just keep it moving.
Mhm. Right.
Okay, so let's talk about one of the other matches on the show. Oh, Nightstick Eddie
Oh,
Brown and Rip Cannon.
not Rip.
Yeah, Rip.
So Rip Cannon and Nightstick Eddie Brown they've been feuding since what, last November, I think. Last no, actually since last September. It's been since last September they've been feuding. And Nightstick Eddie Brown stole the RWC Television Championship away from Rip Cannon. But after months and months, he was finally gifted his championship back by the head of King Network, Lee Williams. So now Rip is in control of his belt again. So shout out to him. And
Yeah,
he's got a title this Saturday.
we're gonna see if he actually stays in control of that title. Whether it's already been a proven fact that he doesn't have to lose the belt in a match to lose the belt, and then he's facing Nightstick Eddie Brown, the same guy that stole the belt the last time. So I mean, anything can happen.
Yeah, so So what else we got on the card?
We have none other than Hunter Rayner versus Ramo.
Junior heavyweight championship match. Hunter Rayner versus Ramo. Now, for those of you, if you first off, matter of fact, I need to put the banner up. Make sure you watch Ring Wars Carolina on YouTube. We've got the Ring Wars Carolina TV. That's the YouTube page. We've got almost all of our shows up there, so you can keep up to date with what's going on. But Hunter Rayner won the junior heavyweight championship from Ramo with some assistance from the wrestler formerly known as Alpha Ace. Yes,
And shout out to Rip Cannon. He's confident. Look at that. He says he won it all, but I'll beat him. Mm.
Okay.
Rip, I, I don't even know what to say, man. You know, Nightstick Eddie Brown's a veteran in the ring. He's been around longer than I have, and I've been in RWC for a long time. So, God bless you, brother. Good luck.
Right. And the main event, we don't have a specific graphic for it, but the main event is going to be Ring of Honor's Josh Woods taking on Fodder. Yes.
Oh
Control
yeah.
your narratives, Fodder. That's going to be a fight. Look, I'm just say, Fodder has been building an impressive list of opponents from Weston Blake, former WWE's formerly known Wesley Blake. He's Weston Blake now. He just at our last show he just faced the Impact World Champion Moose, and
That was a
possibly
match.
probably one of his best fights. This time the Ring of Honor pure champion Josh Woods. Like it's gonna be wild.
You know that night of that show, me and Dave, of course, we had contractual obligations to be at another show, but I was glued to my phone in the locker room watching that match, and that match was amazing from top to bottom.
What is good? What is good? Good to see. Good to see Norman Smiley.
Uh
I
oh,
know that. I know that ain't the Norman Smiley.
that can't be the Norman
It's
Smiley.
it's a Norman Smiley. But you have our we showing you love regardless because we appreciate you tuning in.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Definitely.
So we've got now. Let me tell you, we've got that's Ring Wars Carolina, not out of the woods on the 19th of
Mm-hmm.
February. Now, Smash the Mat. We cover shows all over the place. So the very next day, we're going to be in Greensboro, North Carolina, and it's going to be Firestar Pro Wrestling's Star Power.
Oh
Now,
yeah.
for those that don't know, the Firestar Pro Wrestling, they broke their roster up into two shows, just like Raw and SmackDown. It's Super Fire and Star Power. Where this Sunday is going to be Star Power, and as you can see, we got my man Jackson Drake, we got my man Taylor X. Fodder is going to be on that show. Culture Inc. is going to be there. Nick Camarado from AEW Dark. He's from not AEW Dark from AEW. He's part of the Factory with QT Marshall. Josh Woods
Mm-hmm.
once again will be on that show. He'll be taking on Jackson Drake. You've got the Firestar Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Champion TDT, the Guardian of Gate City. You see Alexander Moss, Duke O'Connor, Bojack. Is going to be crazy. That's going to be a wild show.
And you know what I liked about when you were going down that list of names? You said Fodder is going to be on the show.
That's
Now you make a lot of assumptions. You know, the night before he's in the ring with Josh Woods.
right.
Who's to say he's actually going to make it to the show the next day? I'm just saying, anything could happen.
I mean, but you can say the same thing about Josh Woods. How do you know Josh Woods is going to make it to Firestar the next day?
That is very true. That is very true. And again, on that same note, I mean, how do we know that you're actually going to walk out of this match versus crawl or be carried out on a gurney? I mean, just stuff you never know. Just say it.
Oh, okay, right. I got you. I'll just say you hit kind of hard, but you don't hit really hard. So I don't think I have to worry about that.
Hey, that's okay. I got some
Now,
time to
Dave, on
practice.
the
And
other hand, Dave, I know hits a lot harder than you do. So
oh,
we'll see.
Dave's the muscle. He's the muscle of the group.
Okay, got you. So continuing on the following week, like I said, Smash the Mat, we do a lot of indie shows. The following week, we're going to be producing the ACW Retaliation Show, February
Yes.
26th. That is going to be in Carthage, North Carolina, and that's going to have look at my man AC Divine, my man Trey Havoc. You have my guy Devin Worthy. You know what I'm saying? The
Oh,
essential one. Got my man CJ Evans. The whole Evans show is going to be on that. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna be right back at it the following week, and then the day after that, we're going right back to Greensboro because they're having their first their first joint event of the year. It's called the Gate City Battle. There's going to be a big battle royal, and right now I know that the main event of that match is going to be a triple threat match for the Firestar Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Championship. Is going to be Bojack versus TGA, the great Alexander Moss versus their champion TDT.
Now
So,
let me ask you this, sir.
and
Looking at this.
before we finish, before let me give y'all some info on Firestar Pro Wrestling. They were very tight with New Jack, and right now they are currently in the midst of the New Jack Memorial Tag Team Tournament, and I believe the finals of that tournament will be at the Gate City Battle, February 27th. So yeah,
So looking at that flyer, which brand do you commentate for?
I I commentate for the Superfire brand.
Oh, that's right, Superfire. And don't wait a minute. That means I commentate for the Star Power brand,
Mm-hmm.
the superior brand, the best brand,
How do you know it's the superior brand?
because it just is.
Oh, okay.
You can't have Superfire without Star Power. I mean, that just don't go together.
Oh,
Obvious,
okay.
obvious.
Got you. Got you. I follow you. I follow you. Well, we're gonna see who comes out on top. You know, what I'm saying which brand actually is the better brand. You know, who produces the most winners. We're gonna go through all of that. So you already know.
Yeah. We'll see that we'll come out on top. I mean, this is just a winning month for Team Sexy to be Mr. Magnificent to represent Star Power. I mean, the wins just keep rolling and roll. I'm sorry. We'll move on. We can go to WWE right now and talk about some of their stuff because I don't want to make you feel bad. You
You
know.
make me feel bad. That is hilarious. No, that's good. That's a good one. That's a good one. Okay, so matter of fact, before we do that, I need to share one more picture. One more picture. Is that it right there? This is the one. So this past weekend, what's today? Tuesday? Yeah.
Hmm.
This past weekend. So just recently I just made my debut for XWW, and they're out in Monroe, North Carolina. And I also had the chance, not only do I commentate for them, I wrestle for them. And just this past, was it Sunday? Yeah, just this past Sunday, I had the chance to do commentary with the Lodi Monster on XWW's brand new show. It's called Hacked, and it's going to be playing every other Saturday. And that's going to be on extremetvonline.com. And for those out in the UK, that's going to be powered4tv.com. You know, so your boys making moves out here in these wrestling streets.
I would say that's impressive. Not much you do impresses me, but that does. And you and from what I saw, you're good at it. I'm impressed. I'm impressed.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Now let's get to the reason we're here. Elimination Chamber in Saudi Arabia is this Saturday at 12 noon. 12 noon. So I don't know what you got planned for early in the day, but you might want to have Peacock or whatever ready so you can watch this. I'm gonna I have to work. I'm gonna be there.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be working during that time, and well, I
You
forgot
ain't
we're
got
on
no
camera.
job, Tommy.
I will be working.
You ain't got no job, Tommy.
Well, of course, I'm gonna have it turned on the side while I'm working. I got to see this one.
Okay. So would you like to go through the matches?
I actually I would. I'm glad you asked, sir. Let's start with. Let me pull
Let's
up
start.
my.
Let's go from the low card to the high card, or what we think will be the low card to the high card.
You know what? I actually have pulled up, if I can find it, the match card when what I believe is going to be the order that is going to be in. So we will start with. Let's start with Ray and The Miz.
Rey Mysterio versus The Miz. That's going to be a very interesting match. I can't remember if they've. I'm pretty sure they've wrestled before, I'm not totally sure. I feel like they have,
Yeah,
but
I think they
all right,
have, but it's been definitely a long time.
all right. So who do you have on that match?
I'm gonna go with Ray. I mean, well, I'm gonna take that back. I'm gonna take that back, and I'm gonna say the Miz. The Ray's been around a while. He doesn't really have anything to prove. Not that the Miz is a rookie by any means, but I mean he is the younger talent in this case. I would say so. Why not put him over?
Okay, okay. So I'm going Rey Mysterio. I'm going Rey Mysterio just because I don't even have an explanation. I'm just going Rey. Rip Cannon says Miz is going to win.
Rip Cannon. Okay, Rip Cannon's right. I automatically just want to disagree with Rip no matter what. So I just automatically start to go, he's wrong. But okay, he's right. In this case, he's right.
Right, right. All right. What we got next?
Next, we got Drew McIntyre and Madcap Moss.
Say no more. Drew McIntyre.
if
I don't care what the stipulation for the match is. I don't care if it's two-hand touch.
yeah, this is going to be a Falls Count Anywhere match.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, if Drew, well, okay, refresh my memory. So Falls Count Anywhere, that also means that there's no disqualifications. So if somebody were to interfere in the match,
I mean,
eh, that's the only way I could see Drew losing the match. But barring any outside interference, and even if it was outside interference, it would have to be like some pretty hefty outside interference for Drew to
yeah,
lose the
it would.
match.
I gotta agree with my man T Money right here. He said Drew wins this one. Absolutely. No questions asked. Like,
Yeah.
I just hope it's like competitive, but yeah, all day.
I do too. I do too. I think it will be. It'll be a good show. It'll be a good match. But this is one of the matches that I think you could say, you know what? Let me go grab something to drink because you already know Drew's gonna win. So
Yeah, I think we all see this one coming a mile away.
oh
Sets
yeah,
up for Baron Corbin versus Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania, which I think is not the look for Drew McIntyre, but hey,
and that's gonna be interesting because
it's a
Baron.
lot hard now that Roman is wrestling Brock. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah, and Baron Corbin is still undefeated right now since he's become Happy Corbin. He's undefeated since he's been Happy Corbin.
oh, wow, I had no idea.
Yeah, so if they keep that kind of momentum going on with them, until Mania, that could be interesting to see.
Okay, all right, what we got next?
Next, we got the
The Usos.
Usos and the Viking Raiders in a SmackDown tag team match. Does that sound like who's my man? Why can't I think of his name? Teddy Long. A
Oh yeah,
tag team match.
tag team match. We gonna have ourselves a tag team match, player. Holla, holla, holla. So I am actually. This might be one of the only matches I'm on the fence with, like, because this one could literally go either way. I just don't know. Like, I know the Viking Raiders will win the tag team championships at some point. I just don't know if now is that point. I don't know if it makes sense to take the belt off the Usos before WrestleMania. I don't know. I don't know if I'm with that.
I think the Viking Raiders will win because they need to win, but I think they're going to do it at this pay-per-view in particular because they have between this pay-per-view and WrestleMania to, I guess, kind of prove themselves. And
Right.
if they do good, then they continue their reign. If they don't, then they can always do a belt swap at Mania. So
Yeah. I
either
know
way would be pretty
this should
big.
be the last. This should be the last pay per view or premium event. This should be the last premium event until WrestleMania. So we'll have. I think we'll actually have a solid 6 weeks of story building. So
Usos are going to win.
man, so the
Yeah,
Usos are gonna win.
you're wrong, Rip.
T Money says the bloodline wins.
He's wrong.
I'm gonna go to Usos as well.
You know what? I'm so confident in my choice
You about
that
to bet something?
I'm going to say that I will wear. I will get a G Money is better than me shirt
Oh man, I can't wait for this.
if that match doesn't go my way.
You know what? You know what? If the stakes were higher, I would say make it a large, and then you have to lose weight to fit in the shirt. But we're not going to do that yet. Not yet. Not just yet. It's going to be some time down the line, but not yet. Just know it's on the way.
Hey, you know what? For WrestleMania, we'll do that. We'll do that for WrestleMania. Whoever wins the most match. If I lose, and as a matter of fact, to make it even worse, I will wear the large. I will squeeze into it and continue to wear it every show until I am able to fit in
Okay. I don't think you're disciplined enough for that. I really don't.
I don't think I'll have
What
to
is
be. I
first
mean,
year?
I'm just gonna win anyway.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So what's next?
So next we have. Let me
All right.
find
So we
it.
get that shirt ready.
Gosh, I don't think so. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I am looking for Ronda Rousey. Oh, right here. Ronda Rousey, Naomi, versus Charlotte Flair and Sonya Deville.
That's going to be an interesting match.
That is. That is. That's there's a lot of history in this match going back over the last what 2 3 months versus Ronda Rousey. You know, she just kind of just boop, popped in the picture, but and I'm not exactly sure how I feel about that either.
You know what? First off, first thing I want to say is I know people give WWE a lot of slack for these Saudi Arabia shows. The only thing, not the only thing, the one thing that I find amazing is that they're able to put women into matches. And then
Yes.
not only that, like I believe this is the first time that they have women on billboards for a match for this. Like, I know there's a lot of man, this
Yeah.
blood money, that, this and that, you know what I'm saying? All right, hey, look, I'm not disagreeing. All I'm saying is like they're definitely doing something.
Yeah, I definitely applaud the efforts of WWE, regardless to whether you disagree or agree about them taking the money. At least they're trying to do a little bit of good.
500 million, boy, 50 million a year. 10 years, 50 million. Good God. That's all I'm gonna say.
Well, I will go out and buy a camel for 50 million if you ask me to.
Well, if that's all you get, that camel better be like also a Decepticon.
For 50 million, it could be.
Right. All right. So what we got next?
All right. So next we got Becky Lynch versus Lita.
And now this is the match where the billboard where they have women on the billboard in the show for that show. So yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Lita. I'm gonna go Lita because
You think Lita's gonna beat Becky Lynch?
I do. And let me explain. I don't think technically should that happen. No, but this is WWE. I think Lita's trying to have one last good run. Why not?
Got you.
Maybe
Okay.
build up to something at Mania with maybe I hate to say it, maybe her and Charlotte or something like that. I mean, it could be anything
No,
really with Lita in at
Ronda
Mania.
Rousey facing Charlotte at WrestleMania.
Oh, that's right. I did forget about that. For now.
She already made her choice. Like,
She can't change her mind.
I don't think so. I've never seen somebody like, I'm going to face you. I changed my mind. I'm going to face you. Like, that's never happened.
Why doesn't she pick both of them, do a triple threat match, and double her odds?
Um, I don't know. I don't know. That would be, look, there's 2 nights, 2 shows, taking a match away by doing something like that. All right,
Yeah.
what's next?
So next you got the men's elimination chamber match.
Which should be the main event. Which should be the main event for that one.
I
And
agree.
and I am Bobby Lashley is going to win that match. Like, yes, I know Brock Lesnar's in it, but I smell shenanigans. Brock, not Brock, but Bobby Lashley is going to win that match, and he is going to retain his WWE Championship, and he needs a win like this to make this second reign legit. There's what better way to solidify anybody's reign than to beat Brock Lesnar?
I definitely agree with that. Um, I think Brock Lesnar would be the obvious choice, and I don't think WWE is into doing the obvious choice all the time, especially on big pay per views like this. So I'll definitely say Bobby Lashley. Excuse me, I can't talk, but yeah, I agree with you.
The only thing, like if they have Brock Lesnar win, then it's for sure Roman versus Brock at WrestleMania, and it's title versus title. So
Hmm.
somebody's going to become a double champion if that happens. That sounds like a great match. Title versus title. To me, it doesn't make sense. Like,
I would agree. It
not the match, but title versus title. There's no reason. There's absolutely. I think it's a terrible idea to unify the titles. Like I think that's a horrible idea. Like because if you think, I would just say, if you think people are tired of seeing the same contenders now, wait till it's one belt, and there's people you will never see get another title shot ever again.
See, I don't know. I agree with that, but then again, I kind of disagree with it because there's been. I mean, you got to keep in mind in the beginning there was one belt, period. You know what? And WWE has a habit of changing the belts or adding new belts over the course of a few years just for the money because they're gonna sell the replicas. We all got them. So I think it might be time for a change.
As far as what one champ?
One champion.
No, man.
They'll I think they'll unify the belts,
If
create
you
a new belt.
WWE's, I don't think WWE's roster has ever been as big as it's been since the roster split.
I agree.
So you'll never like if they bring those belts together, you'll never see guys like the like if there was one belt, you would have never seen Big E or Kofi Kingston as champion. You'd have never seen Dolph Ziggler as champion. You probably would have never seen Daniel Bryan as champion. If there was one belt, if there
I
was one belt,
I agree.
I mean,
I
and it's all speculation. Would you not? But think about like now going into the future, one belt. And who said Rick Cannon said Matt Riddle? If there was one belt, Matt Riddle ain't getting no title shots. AJ Styles ain't getting no more title. Well, maybe AJ Styles, but like you're looking at a total of maybe 5 contenders. But the good thing about the roster split is everybody had a chance to do whatever. Yeah, exactly. There's way too many people for one main belt. For one main belt, they barely letting people. Shinsuke hasn't even defended the Intercontinental title. You talking about one main belt? I
like I
can't.
said, I agree with you, but just my logic behind it is them making money
You can make
with.
you make money the same way. They don't look.
Eh,
Look, they just cleared $1 billion profits. There's no reason like okay, the WWE is going to do whatever they do for better or for worse. They're going to make their own decisions. Are all their decisions smart? Hell no. Hell no. No, they're not. But like something but they do have good ideas at times. And unifying the titles to me doesn't make sense. I'm not saying they won't do it. If they decide to do it, I'll be like, okay, they're doing it. It's dumb as hell, but they're going to do it. But like I don't know. And then this is the other thing. You're going to piss off one of your networks. You're pissing off one of your networks if you take their champion away. Like Fox and USA,
not necessarily, because you
because
could have champion goes between both shows.
possibly. First off, with that, you're putting more load on your champion because now because on a night they could take the night off. Now they got to go somewhere else. Second thing is, let's say it's Brock versus Roman. Brock happens to win the WWE Championship, and then let's say Brock beats Roman and he's the double champion. Now, you think Fox is going to be okay with Brock Lesnar as their champion and him not showing up to shows? Like the only reason you're seeing him a lot now is because it's WrestleMania season. You think you're going to see Brock a lot after WrestleMania? Because you're
If
not. We're not
no,
going to see him a lot. We probably won't see him again until right before SummerSlam.
I
So
I would I agree.
I can't see Fox being okay with their champion, like being a Raw guy or just staying being on Raw more than SmackDown. I can't see that happening. On the flip side, yeah, you could bring Roman over to Raw if he wins, but like at that point, then you're going to burn him out because like once a week is great, twice a week that's just old real
I,
fast. That's just my opinion. Like I said, I don't, and I do my best not to read dirt sheets, so I don't know what's going to happen. This is just my personal interpretation.
and like I said, I 100% agree with you on everything you said. It's just I'm looking at it from I guess WWE logic versus what actually makes sense.
There's no such thing as what makes sense when it comes to WWE logic.
Yeah, yeah, touche. That's true too.
And I'm not even look. I haven't even. You know what? I stopped watching NXT 2.0. He said, "Hey, they already changed Walter to Gunther. We don't need one belt." You're absolutely right. I mm, I haven't watched NXT 2.0 since I heard about it. I didn't even see it. You know, they took my favorite show and made it something that's not my favorite show. I can't trash the show because I don't watch it enough to be like, oh, it sucks. I don't know. I just don't watch it.
It's too different than what it originally started out as.
Yeah, so it is what it is. What's next?
Next, we have the women's elimination
Bianca
chamber
Belair is
match.
winning that match, and she's going on to face Becky Lynch at WrestleMania, and that's going to be the full circle event from SummerSlam. People have been complaining about well, where's the payoff and blah blah blah, and so I got Bianca all the way.
I have nothing to say about that because you're exactly right. I mean, if it goes any other way, it's
Weren't
not going to be good.
weren't you the guy that was saying that Alexa Bliss was going to win?
I did post that. Eh, eh. I could flip flop. I could change my mind.
Oh, okay,
See,
okay.
we're all in agreement.
Like Alexa's going to have something to do. Like it might be, she might end up having a feud with Nikki Ash or something. I don't know, but I don't see it. Like for me, this is all about Bianca and Becky.
How do you
Like
feel about
Becky
Dewdrop?
winning, I got Becky winning against Lita, Bianca winning the Elimination Chamber, and then they feud into WrestleMania. It's rekindled. WrestleMania, Bianca beats Becky. Bam.
How do you feel about Dewdrop?
Dewdrop is cool. I like everything about her except her name.
That's what I was thinking. That her name, and I think it's time for her to have some bigger matches.
Well, I mean, she's already wrestled. Like she had a big match with Bianca.
Well, maybe not bigger matches, but on a bigger platform, like main event in some of these pay
Wait,
per
didn't, didn't
views,
she just didn't she just wrestle Bianca for Becky Lynch for the title?
like on Raw or
Yeah.
something like that, wasn't it?
Was it on Raw or was it a Royal Rumble? I thought it was a
Was,
Royal Rumble.
was it Royal Rumble? Eh, I thought it was Raw. I could be wrong. I probably am.
I mean, hey man, the Dewdrop is awesome. T Money says, and they don't present her good enough for me. See, I still remember her as Piper Niven
Yeah.
of NXT UK. The few times I watched NXT UK, so yes, yeah, she did. Yeah, they wrestled at Royal Rumble. Yeah, so I
Okay.
mean, the only stage bigger than Royal Rumble is WrestleMania. So I mean, they're not giving anybody else any legends except for the four horsewomen. So,
Nah, that's true.
but then again, I'm not trying to see Kelly wrestle a match against Dewdrop.
No.
So we're good on that. We're
So,
good on
sir,
that.
sir, next we have perhaps your favorite match of the evening: Roman Reigns and Goldberg.
Look, I thought if I was Big E, then I would be like, yes, Big E man with big chest, bumping meat. Like I expect I expect the Elimination Chamber match to be the main event, but I would not be surprised if they make Goldberg and Roman the main event. I would not be surprised at all if that happened. Now,
Right now, that's the order that they have it in on the WWE website.
mhm,
So I don't know. I mean, I know they're the WWE in this, but I don't know how reliable it is as far as actual order on the card.
got you, got you. So, who do you think is going to win that match?
Roman. Roman. And I think not that he needs it because he doesn't, but I think he's going to have help from the Usos in that match too.
Right.
Because, you know, you had, even though to me it makes no sense whatsoever, you had Goldberg basically plow through Brock Lesnar. So technically, he should do the same thing to Roman Reigns. So, I mean, do you follow me? Does that make sense?
I mean, well, I would just say, like, yeah, he plowed through Brock, but Brock beat him at the WrestleMania that following year.
True.
You know what I'm saying? And I believe, no, he hasn't. I say Brock beat the Fiend, not Brock, but Goldberg beat the Fiend and took the title. And after that, that's when who was yeah, Goldberg was the hold up. Goldberg was the champion when I think it was two years ago when Roman was supposed to face him at WrestleMania, but then pandemic happened, that didn't
Hmm.
happen. This time, Roman's a champion and Goldberg is showing up for this match. Now, if Goldberg happens to win, we're going to see Goldberg and Brock again, which I absolutely know is not going to happen. Roman is the hottest thing in wrestling. Period. He's the biggest draw in wrestling right now is Roman Reigns, and
Yeah.
I can't see him losing that. I can see him losing at some point, maybe WrestleMania, maybe not.
Not to Goldberg.
But yeah, not to Goldberg. Like I would be so like I would have no idea what they're if you take Brock and if you break up Brock and Roman and have it Goldberg and Brock, I literally have no idea what are you going to do with Roman at that point unless you send him to Raw to challenge Bobby Lashley, which still doesn't make sense because you literally like you just there's no point in bringing Paul Heyman back to Roman Reigns to not
Hmm.
pick Brock Lesnar. That doesn't make sense.
Yep. Yep. To be honest, I'm just not interested in seeing Goldberg do anything right now. Not that he's not a good talent or anything like that, but
I love Goldberg, man. I
yeah,
know like,
he's just not 1990s Goldberg.
yeah, yeah. I love Goldberg. So it is what like my thing is I know what to expect from him and it doesn't bother me. You know, we're
Yeah, that's
looking
one
at
way of looking at it.
7 minute match tops. You know, I know we're only gonna see but so much from him. And I'm cool with that because Goldberg's my guy. You know, I've never expected to see a wrestling clinic anytime he's ever gotten in the ring. It's not why I don't watch Goldberg to watch chain wrestling and 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 precision counter moves and lock picking and submission wrestling. That's never why I watched Goldberg. Never was.
Well, sir, I mean, if you want to be honest, if you really want to see matches or a match that's going to be a wrestling clinic, you know which match you should watch, right?
Please
That
tell
one
me.
right there. That is going to be a wrestling clinic.
It's gonna be a wrestling clinic from the guy that only knows the rear chin lock.
That's right. That's
And he
all I need.
had to ask Chris Hero, what are some moves from the seated position?
Sir, we're not supposed to talk about that on
Like,
the show.
what? Like, what are we talking about here?
Hey, hey, that real chinlock has got the tag team titles. That's all that matters.
Oh,
That's
that's
all that
how they
matters.
won it. I never seen nobody win a championship with a rear chin lock.
And this is not WWE related, but I feel that we would be remiss if we didn't close out the pay per view talks with this picture here.
Hey,
Yeah, we have to.
yeah,
Just have to.
yeah. Gratuitous. love it. We love it. We love it. We love it. You know what I'm saying? So you know what? I mean, I think we're I think we're good.
Yeah, that's everything.
Yeah, yeah. We covered some wrestling news. The big news with Cody Rhodes leaving AEW. Don't expect to see him in Saudi Arabia. There's no reason he would go there.
No.
No reason. Oh, let me ask you a quick question. So reports are that WWE is actually interested in Jade Cargill and MJF. Would you expect either one of them to leave in a couple years?
No. Jade, well, MJF, yes. Jade, no.
Same thing I was thinking. There's a small. I could see MJF leaving really for like a 1 year type thing, just
Hmm.
to do one WrestleMania, and that'll
And
be
not that he needs it, but to further, I guess, build his name. You know what I mean? Like,
like Jade was on the Talk Is Jericho show, and I posted the transcript in our Smash the Mat discussion group, but she pretty much said that she had a chance to be signed by them, but they was asking for too much. Like they wanted her to sever her sever her relationships with certain companies she was making money from. Like I don't know if I'm not sure if she's married or not, but either her boyfriend, he's a professional baseball player. So it's not like she doesn't have money. You know what I'm saying?
right.
So, but yeah, but she because she said she's like, look, I'm already financially straight. Like, what they was asking for was too much. So there's a small chance that
And
actually I think if out of the two, MJF would do it.
yep, I agree. I mean, Jade's in a good spot. Like you just said, she's financially stable.
Mhm.
A lot of reasons why. One of the biggest motivation in wrestling is money.
Yeah,
And when you
but
don't,
you
when you,
got that.
if you got it, then now you're
Yeah,
just really having fun. So there's no need for her to switch
and
brands.
she said she didn't have to move. You know what I'm saying? Like with AEW, she didn't have to move. She didn't have to relocate. She didn't have to do this. She didn't have to put her family at odds. Not at odds, but she didn't have to stress her family out by, hey, I'm going to have to move here for some odd years. She didn't. None of that had to happen. So, it was a good fit for her.
Yeah,
It worked out.
and their roster over at AEW, their women's rosters, and I could be wrong, but I think it's significantly smaller than WWE's women roster, especially when you start adding in, all these people in NXT and all that stuff.
Oh yeah,
So
absolutely.
she doesn't risk getting lost in the shuffle. I mean, even though she's Jade,
Yeah,
WWE really once they sign you, they don't care.
right. Yeah.
You know.
Like the good thing about AEW, as far as like for stars, is you get to pad your wins with by wrestling indie wrestlers. Unless you're
Hmm.
an indie wrestler, then you get to pad somebody's record. You know what I'm saying? I mean, look, you get a check regardless. And I heard that check
Yes.
is nice. I heard that check is nice.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it is what it is. Get it popping. You know what I'm saying? But look, we are about to close out the show, man. Look, we appreciate everybody tuning in. Yo, the Smash and Mat podcast. We're gonna have the audio up available on all streaming platforms. Okay. The video is gonna stay up on Facebook and on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? You see it right here down at the banner, but if you listen to this, you're not going to be able to see the banner. So follow Smash the Mat on social media. At Facebook, it's Smash the Mat, straight like that. On Twitter, it's Smash the Mat Pod. On Instagram, Smash the Mat Podcast. On YouTube, it is Smash the Mat Podcast. Okay. We're going to have we've got a bunch of other shows and interviews coming up. We should be getting an interview with Culture Inc. I'm hoping we get to interview Culture Inc. Sunday at the Star Power Show. We're going to have an interview with Fodder coming up real soon. There's a show coming to Greensboro in March called Hit Club Pro, and Suzette, the organizer, she's got a great story. So we're going to be talking to her as well. There's going to be a lot of stuff that we're doing. You know what I'm saying? So you already know. Rip says interview him. Rip.
Who's
Maybe, maybe
if
if
you
if if you can defeat Trini, then you know what? You're on. Oh man, but you already know. You got anything?
Nah, I'm good. You that says it all for me.
All right, that's what it is. Look, make sure you check us out. We all over the place. You see my @ name right there. That's what I am on all social media. We will holler at you at Smash the Mat.